Okay, right up the top, someone might confidently say that OnePlus copied the iPhone yet again. And I know someone else might be wondering, when did OnePlus ever copy the iPhone before? And what did they just copy this time? Well, we're going to take a very close look at what's really going on because the details are very hard to ignore. Has OnePlus crossed the line from inspiration into straight-up imitation, or is this just the natural evolution of smartphone design? The latest leak we got shows that the upcoming OnePlus 15 will ditch its big, circular camera module. Yes, this circular module that has been the brand's identity for years now. Think back to the OnePlus 11, 12, 13, and even the 13R. All of them had that distinctive large camera circle, but now supposedly, OnePlus is moving to a smaller, square, or rounded rectangle camera bump in the top left corner of the phone's back. If that's giving you iPhone vibes, you're not alone. Apple has been rocking that exact style since the iPhone 11 Pro in 2019, and it's become a signature look. The rumors don't stop there. Apparently, the OnePlus 15 is packing a 50-megapixel main camera in a triple camera setup, along with super fast 100-watt charging and Qualcomm's next big chip, the Snapdragon 8 Elite 2. But nobody even cares about the specs at this point. What has gotten I and everyone else's attention is the camera bump because it's a huge shift in the brand's design language. A redesign like this is no small decision. For the last 3 flagship generations, OnePlus has stuck to a consistent look, just refining and tweaking it. A sudden jump to something that looks so much like the iPhone feels like a deliberate play. It's the kind of move that makes fans ask, wait, what happened to the OnePlus we knew? And some other fans might say, OnePlus didn't just copy the iPhone's dynamic island, they now want to copy the entire looks as well. If you didn't know, OnePlus rushed to do something similar to the Dynamic Island on the OnePlus 13, but they didn't call it the Dynamic Island, they decided to call it Live Alert Capsules. But guess what? This feature always shows up if you go to settings and type the word island, so I think that sends a message. Before we decide if all of this is copying, let's rewind and look at the history here. This wouldn't be the first or second time people have accused OnePlus of borrowing a little too heavily from Apple's playbook. Back in 2017, the OnePlus 5 came out, and tech reviewers were quick to notice it looked a whole lot like the iPhone 7 Plus, from antenna lines, dual camera layout, and all. Then in 2018, the OnePlus 6 showed up with a notch display, just like the iPhone 10 that had launched the year before. At the time, they defended it by saying they're just following an industry trend, but critics were already starting to notice a pattern. It's not just hardware either. Over the years, Oxygen OS, which is OnePlus's software, has picked up design cues from iOS. The way notifications are stacked, the style of the control center, gesture-based navigation. It's all familiar if you've ever used an iPhone. And in China, where OnePlus uses ColorOS instead, people have pointed out even more similarities to Apple's interface. When a company makes a big, visible change that aligns closely with a rival's signature style, people notice and they talk. And once the copycat label starts circulating, it's hard to shake. For OnePlus, this could be a risky play. On one hand, it might win them new customers who are drawn to that familiar, premium aesthetic but prefer Android. On the other, it could alienate longtime fans who feel like the brand is losing its unique identity. It's a fine line to walk, and only time will tell if they can balance it. So here's where I throw it to you. Is OnePlus really copying Apple here, or are they just evolving with the industry? Do you see this as a smart move to compete at the top of the market, or as a sellout moment where they're abandoning what made them special? Personally, I think it's both. There's no denying the resemblance, and in some ways, it does feel like OnePlus is leaning heavily into Apple's design playbook. But at the same time, I get why they're doing it. The smartphone market is brutal, and standing out is harder than ever. If looking a bit more like an iPhone helps them get noticed by buyers who wouldn't have considered them before, maybe that's worth it from a business perspective. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.